That was embarrassing. I wasn't ready. Oh my goodness. I
dude.
usually have us ready. Oh gosh. Jeez, man. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Not So Pro Fantasy Football Talk. It is my favorite day of the week because it is waiver wires and you get another shot at making your team better for fantasy football. I'm ready to see you guys in the comment section. I appreciate this is now back-to-back days that Big Money Joe and Liam are out there in the chats. Appreciate you guys. Remember, hashtag NSP. It goes a long way. Big Money Joe's ready. Jay Jetta's who? Addison time, baby. Hey, man, I don't know how the Vikings continue to do this, right? They're just talent after talent. They got Moss, and they got Thielen, then they got Jay Jettas, and now Addison. Carter. They're continuing to hit. So I got to give them kudos. Respects due there. So good for them. Yeah, it is Addison time. Liam says, I lost by 3 points last night. Ouch, dude. That hurts. And I believe you needed Moody to have a day. And those 3 points could have came in from Moody hitting that field goal. It was just an absolute horror show from the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, yep. That's what. Moody, that was horrible. Love my Niners, but they should have paid Gold. Yeah, I had a bone to pick with Gold as well, but at this point, it's starting to look like we needed to pay him. But we got our first fantasy question here from Rave. Appreciate you joining us here live, Rave. It says Dalton Schultz or Logan Thomas. We're going to go up to this week. You see the Houston Texans. I like their matchup against the Carolina Panthers because I don't think it's a strong. I don't think the Carolina Panthers have a strong defense whatsoever. I want to go with Dalton Schultz. I know Logan Thomas has been sort of a hot hand as of recent, but I think I like Schultz a little bit more in this pick.
I will also be going with Schultz in this pick.
Rave says, pick 2, Gibbs, D-Hop, or Rashad White. So for sure, if Montgomery is out, which we all think he is, I think you got to go Jahmyr Gibbs coming off a super hot game. You got to continue using him, right? He had the perfect play calling that day for the Detroit Lions just because he's a pass catching back, and the Detroit Lions were getting absolutely boat raced by the Baltimore Ravens. Just a sensational, time to see a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs go off. And as far as second pick, I don't know. I know Rashad White had a great game, but he's still getting the volume. He's just not getting that, production out of it. He's getting all those rushing attempts. He's getting all those targets, which that's how he got all those points, were from the targets and the receptions from PPR leagues. And you're going to see an up and down scale with D-Hop. And now you're willing to really bet on both Willis and Levis. Yeah, Willis and Levis going in, because Reed sent out a tweet saying that they're both playing in this game. So
supposedly they're both playing, which makes me very nervous for D-Hop. It could be a bust, honestly. And there might be some boom. Will Levis might be the guy. He might eat like 10 bananas whole before the game. But I'm going to go Gibbs and Rashad White. I think that's your safer picks.
100%. Big Money Joe says Monday Night Cousins. He covers every Monday night. It's insane, dude. I think Kirk Cousins had the best game in his career so far this season. So I'm going to say best game this season.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
I want to say career, but he had one awesome game last year where he came back and all that. It's a whole story. But yeah, Cousins played out of his mind, and the defense, I don't want to put the blame entirely on the defense. I want to put the blame on the defensive coordinator. I was just very, starstruck with the play calling. Like you have third and long, you need to stop them, and you're throwing an all-out blitz. That didn't make any sense to me, and that's where Addison got his touchdown.
Dang, you need D'Amico Ryans Rosali back.
Hey man, our defense coordinators go like hotcakes. They're wanted man.
Well, Dizzle says, Dizzle is here. That first drive, Kirk was staring down Addison on the route, forced it in there, and Ward won the battle. Great to see Addison come back and get him.
That's the thing, right? The first one where Ward came out and got that interception, it was more towards Addison's hands, and Ward is a very aggressive corner, right? That's why we like him. And then this one ball goes straight to him, and Addison, you let a 120-pound freaking stick figure take out that ball out of your hands. It's just like, hey, man, I didn't have very nice words to say that day or yesterday. Liam says, pick one to flex in half PPR. You have Joe Mixon, Foreman, JSN, Downs, or Spears. I'll let you take this one, Reed. I think I have my answer.
Pick one to flats and half PPR. Foreman, Jason, Downs, or Spears. Whew, that's a hard one for me. I think I'm going to go Downs.
You're going to go Downs?
I think so.
I like Downs a lot here. For me, I see some good options, but ifs, and there's a lot of what ifs when it comes to these. But Downs is the only one that doesn't have that if factor, just because Gardner Minshew has proven that, hey, Downs is his guy. That's his favorite target. Now, could we see a slight decrease? Yes, 100%. They are going to be against the Colts, so I do expect it to be a competitive matchup. And for them to stay inside the game, I think Downs has to have a good game. I like Jason's production. I'm not ready to start him just yet. Foreman just absolutely went off. I'm going to say the same thing I said last week. Do not start Foreman unless Roschon Johnson's out. And last week, we saw Roschon Johnson was out. I said, if he's out, you go out there to start Foreman. This guy had 3 touchdowns. And Joe Mixon is just being Joe Mixon as a recent. I mean, we don't know what the Bengals are going to be. They are going to be against the San Francisco 49ers. And I know what y'all are thinking, right? But the Niners have to wake up somehow. And I think they're going to be pissed off here.
Uh-oh. We'll see. We'll see.
They have to be. I'm pissed off. Like,
All right. Dizzle here, full PPR. Do I play Olave in first flex? Think I have to. He's a dog, but who do I throw in the second spot? I got London, Hunt, Addison, Hollywood. So many options. London, Hunt, Addison, or Hollywood. Addison's the hot hand. The Vikings are going against the Packers this next week. And our safeties are bad and they are hurt. And Jair is dealing with a back injury. And if Addison lines up against our rookie Valentine, he's going to have a big game, just like Sutton had a big game. I'm going to lean towards Addison in this matchup. He is the bell cow or the main target person in that offense now.
Yeah, for sure. Check out Addison. Like I said, you got to play the hot hand. He is the wide receiver 1, so you got to play him. But let's just make sure that Olave will be playing, right? Isn't he in jail right now?
Olave?
Yeah.
Well, did he put Olave in there? London, Hunt, Addison, and Hollywood.
Yeah, he said full PPR. Do I play Olave in the first flex?
I forgot. I didn't read the first part of it. I forgot about it. Yeah, if Olave is actually going to play, he's kind of locked up. I believe he was supposed to get released soon, but he's locked up.
Yes, sir. Joe says Logan hasn't been all that after his big game of 20 points, followed by a 1.2 game and then a 9.1, which is kind of meh. Hey, man, yeah, you're kind of right. And the way they spread the ball out that much over there in Washington, I know Houston does it as well, following that question about Logan Thomas and Dalton Schultz. But Houston just, throws the ball in mass production. I like that. I like those odds a lot more than what I see with Logan Thomas. Dizzle here says, whoa, 120 pounds. Put some respect on that Prince with the stick. Hey, I'm just a little upset. I'm all right. I'm still trying to recover. I did what you did, Dizzle, and after that game, I went out and did some cardio. Who should I offer for Higgins? My bench is D-Hop, James Cook, Rashee Rice, and Tank. So if you're trying to get Higgins, I'd definitely go out there. I think you could offer up Tank for sure. That's on my list. And I'm stuck between Rice and D Hop. I'm not too, like I said, I'm still not too confident in Higgins, but I do like him a lot more than Rice, in my opinion. So I
I would
might do
agree.
that.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Jacobs rest of the season? I know a lot of people are freaking out about Josh Jacobs, so that's okay because they're just playing from behind. And for whatever reason, it seems like the Raiders cannot get anything going offensively without Jimmy G, which is very shocking to me because Jimmy G isn't that type of quarterback to put the team on his back and get something done. They totally abandoned the run game. So it's not like Josh Jacobs is losing out on the running back one position. He's not. It's just that they weren't running the ball. He still had the most rushing attempts. And I don't want to say it wasn't even close, but 7 rushing attempts is just not enough. He did have 3 receptions. So that's okay. I guess, take it how you want it. But I'm not freaking out on Josh Jacobs yet. I will be freaking out on the Raiders just because it looks like they're going to be trailing from going forward, which is kind of bad.
Yeah. Jacobs isn't who he was last year, but I don't think he's something you should sell right now.
John Ortiz says, should I trade Alexander Madison for Rashee Rice? It just depends. Who are your running backs? Are you needing wide receiver? Straight off the bat, I would say no because Madison is the running back one going up against the Niners defense. I studied that game like a freaking hawk, man. The one thing I did not like about Madison is he went down like twice. That is scary. We did see Cam Akers come off limping one time, but Madison is the clear-cut running back one, and I think it's going to be an 80-20 split rest of the season. That's just me. So just depending, are you in need of running backs? If so, wide receivers. If so, I do believe you could get Madison. You could get more for Madison instead of just Rashee Rice. Dizzle, there you go.
Addison against Jair kind of scares me if he plays. Yeah, it should definitely scare you. Jair is one of the better corners in the league, but he is dealing with a back injury. And from what I've seen from back injuries, you're off and you're on, then you're off and you're on. He was on before the bye, then after the bye, he's hurt again. You just pay attention. If he does not play, I think Addison is a must start. He should still be a start, even if Olave is already out of jail. He just a fine. He will be all right. He could maybe a suspension. You don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, I think he's a thug. I think he's trying to get traded. I don't know. We'll see.
Ooh.
Patriot Games says throw up the ones. If you guys don't know, in our NSP Gold League, he has been show voting every single week. And he says he does it, but every single day I hear something. He does something to prove that he is the first in that league.
Hit the run this morning. Fan bike. Oh, after workout, Dizzle is tired. It looks like.
Liam says, is Kincaid a must-start tight end now in a 14-man league? With Knox out and Kincaid's game last week, I think he's going to be Allen's second man. My other tight ends is Jonnu Smith. If that is your tight end room, 100% you are starting Kincaid. He was on my video that I did throw out today. I appreciate all the comments, by the way. Thank you so much. I know Joe was in there, Colin was in there, Dizzle was in there. So thank you guys for the very nice comments. It does mean a lot. We put a lot of time and effort into these videos and releasing them. And sometimes seeing only 30 views, it's heartbreaking.
Don't read the next one.
Okay. No. Delete Ace. Guys, come on. It's a fantasy football. Dizzle, come on, man. Mr. Prune 1951 says, who should I start? Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor, Breece Hall, or Derrick Henry? Oh my gosh, that's your issue right now. Okay, so I'm gonna rule out Josh Jacobs. I want them to prove a little bit more, right? That's just me. I'm gonna rule out Derrick Henry if I'm comparing them between Jonathan Taylor and Breece Hall. I'm stuck between Breece Hall and Jonathan Taylor. I don't like the inconsistency as far as that offense for the New York Jets. We do have a pretty fair matchup against the Giants, so I'm not mad at that option. I'm very biased at this pick, but I will say I want to go Jonathan Taylor just because, he was very involved in the passing game, and this trend is going to continue going forward where he gets more and more reps opposed to Zach Moss. That's just me. It's completely biased. If you don't want a biased opinion, go Breece Hall. Ruben Vega, another guy who watches our streams, appreciate you being here live, says, would the Raiders even rely on the run anyway against the Niners? In the Niners, no. I mean, we are going to see the Bengals go up against the Niners this week, but the Raiders, it just seems like they're going to be falling behind almost every single game just because they can't get anything going offensively. Very early, you see all the targets going to Devontae Adams. Like, okay, it's going to be a decent game. They couldn't do much with him. He dropped a touchdown pass, and that kind of justified his week for fantasy football. I mean, these guys need to figure something out, and I don't know why. They just can't seem to get anything going without Jimmy Garoppolo, which is very surprising to me. But I'm also not surprised because that head coach, McDaniels, it's horrible. He's a horrible coach. They can't afford to fire him. Madison is an RB 5.5. I've never seen anyone do a half when it comes to fantasy rankings. That is hilarious. I still don't want to talk too much about Madison. It's still a little fresh, you know what I'm saying? Ruben says flex option Zay Flowers or T Higgins or Jonathan Taylor. So you heard my biased opinion, so I want to hear a little bit for what Reed has to say on this one.
I think I'm gonna have to go Jonathan Taylor here, even though I'm not a Jonathan Taylor fan. Wow. T. Higgins is a no for me going against the Niners. I just don't know what that offense is going to do, in my opinion. And then Zay Flowers, I really like him. I think against Jonathan Taylor, it's just hard to start Zay Flowers. I think, unfortunately.
You're starting Zay Flowers over to Jonathan Taylor?
No, Jonathan Taylor. I'm starting Jonathan Taylor.
Did we convert you, Reed?
No.
Are you converted?
No, but it's hard to I still believe he's a trash person.
Oh my gosh.
I still think what they paid him is not going to be worth it.
Okay, well,
but
I like Jonathan
Taylor.
Option.
It's a good fantasy option.
I like Jonathan Taylor or Zay Flowers in this option. If you want for sure points, I think that Jonathan Taylor is your guy. I think he's a must start for sure flex going forward. PI Podcast, what's going on, man? Appreciate you joining your live. It says Car the check down league. Yes, MVP. That's why you see a lot of production going to Alvin Kamara. It's insane what Kamara's producing right now, and he's missed the first 3 games. Whoever has him, huge stuff for you guys. Colin says, hi, should I trade T. Higgins for Marquise Brown? Hey, I do want to say thank you so much for your comment on our earlier video. It does mean a lot to me. So thank you very much, Colin. Honestly, I kind of see this, as a somewhat, I don't want to say lateral move because it's just the inconsistency with these two, right? Marquise Brown, he is a buy low candidate right now just because he has been producing that well. But what is his production going to look like once Kyler Murray comes back week 9 or week 10? We don't know. I'm willing to bet that Marquise Brown looks very good with Kyler Murray back because we've seen that before, right? Last year, he liked him a lot. Me personally, if you don't need to start any of these two guys in any scenario, any week, I would say go get Marquise Brown. If you're in need to start someone in a flex position, I would say run your risk with T. Higgins, but I'm still kind of leaning towards Marquise Brown. That's just me.
I would agree with a lot what you're saying. I do like Marquise Brown over T. Higgins for the rest of the year. That's where I'm going to land. But yeah.
Mr. Prune wants us to pick 2 instead. So I'm going to go with Jonathan Taylor and Breece Hall. I'm on the edge with Derrick Henry. I just don't like that snap split, with him and Spears, but it is what it is.
I would agree with AJ.
Avery Yee, what's going on, brother? He says Josh Jacobs, CD, Darren Waller for Keenan, Lockett, Ridley, and Ertz. Okay, so I want to give you a little secret here. I think Ertz is a droppable candidate. I'm not in Ertz whatsoever. So Ertz, I just see as dead stock in that trade. Calvin, really, you're going to see ups and downs with that offense, especially when you have a very healthy Zay Jones. I'm pretty sure PI Podcast in the comment section could agree with me here, or he could give his opinion out there in the comment section. Because as always, we do value every single one of y'all's comments and advice. That's why we have a Discord. So if you haven't joined our Discord yet, hit that up. The link is in the description. You can have our advice, which we give out every single day, all times a day, all times a night, and our other subscribers' advice if you want a different outlook. Honestly, I like the Josh Jacobs, CD, Darren Waller side. I would love to have Keenan Allen on my team, but you're giving up CD Lamb and Josh Jacobs. Darren Waller, I'm not going to get fooled from that one game. You know, he could have some slight upside, but I'm definitely taking Darren Waller over Zach Ertz any day. Um, and that's just really it. I just like that side a little bit more. If they spice it up with maybe a better tight end, or maybe I see Lockett as well. I'm still going to go Josh Jacobs, CeeDee Lamb. I want the guys that you are willing to start every single week.
I would also agree with you, AJ, on that. Yeah, I like the left side way better.
Thank you. Hey,
Yeah.
Reed, I appreciate you. You know that?
Okay.
Okay. Big Money Joe says Brees, in my opinion, is a prune. Hey man, we'll see what happens. They said they're unleashing him. Let's see if that's true, right? I really hope so. And they might want to rely on him having a person named Zach Wilson as the quarterback. That is yikes, right? Liam says pick 2 wide receivers and a flex, half PPR. He has Olave, Ayuk, really, DK, T. Higgins, Spears, and Bijan. Okay, so we're picking 2 wide receivers. I think you have to put Ayuk in, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna go Ayuk. I know he didn't have the greatest game last week or yesterday, just so I could search that up and verify what I'm talking about. Because
Got a
some
few
people,
passes, but
he had 10 points last week. I like that with 6
that's
targets.
that's good for
So
flex.
for flex, right?
Yeah.
If Olave is playing with no issues, I think I might go Olave. I'm stuck between him and really and DK. We don't know what he looks like. You know, coming off this injury, he did miss last week. How is he going to perform this upcoming week? I'm not trusting T Higgins as of yet. So probably Olave, Ayuk, maybe switch out with really catch us on our later fantasy football videos. I might change my mind there, and I'm sticking with Bijan. But remember, guys, if you guys are a Falcons fan, join the rebellion, right? Join us and send in some Advil for Bijan Robinson. He needs our help, and only you could help him out. Remember that.
Reed, glad to see you overcome that cold you were struggling with last week, boss. Dizzle, to once to let you know, to always remember to wash your hands, brush your teeth, and keep active. Hey, I appreciate it, Dizzle. Thank you very much. I have fully recovered from it. A little bit of blowing my nose every once in a while, but not too much. So I appreciate it.
VI Podcast says no more leash on Brees Hall. I do agree with that. Duffy says Addison and London for Higgins and Watson. Both would be benched and stashed. Dang, you have the opportunity to have Addison on the bench. Let's see what we got here. I'm thinking he's talking about Christian Watson.
Yeah.
Hope he's not talking about Deshaun, but I like Christian Watson. I think he's a buy low candidate. You could definitely buy him lower for what you're offering, and especially now with him going through an injury. What do you think here, Reed?
I'm gonna stick with Addison in London. Watson is injured. We don't know how long he's going to be out, but he is the most injury-prone wide receiver I think I've almost ever seen. Unfortunately, I love the guy, so much talent, but I'm going to go with Addison in London in this trade.
Yeah, like I said, right now Watson is on an extreme buy low candidate.
Extremely
So
low.
yes, extremely. So don't buy for asking price. Go out there, you renegotiate that if you really want Watson, because I like to have Watson on my bench if you can stash him, especially late for the season. Ruben says Detroit, LOL, a pretty good run defense too. Yes, like I said, if you saw our video that we released earlier today, I had some streaming defenses on there. Or if you are on our Discord, I do release a cheat sheet on who to pick up on the waiver wires. And I did pick the Lions defense despite what they did last week against the Baltimore Ravens. I think they should go out there and unleash, bite some kneecaps off against that very poor Las Vegas Raiders team. Or offense, I should say. Team. I think I'm going to say team. It's the whole team. They don't know what they're doing over there. Mr. Prune says pick one. You have Higgins, Downs, Boyd, and Watson. Who are you picking here, Reed?
Watson, I'm not putting in there because I would imagine he's going to be missing this next game. I don't like starting Boyd, in my opinion. I think I'm going to go Higgins here, but I might regret it. I will go Downs. I'm going to go Downs.
I have to agree here with Reed 100%.
Third round pick on a kicker is crazy. Hey, we spent a seventh over here, or sits on a kicker with the Packers. He's only missed one so far. Only missed one. I'm feeling good over here. AJ, how
I'm
you
gonna
feeling?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I'm tired of hiding this. You guys know I make excuses for Niners all the damn time. I watch the draft every year. I watch every round of the draft. When I saw that the Niners picked up a kicker in the third round, my jaw was on the ground. I was like, are you serious? Like, I was expecting to get a kicker. I wanted Jake Moody. I had good notes on Jake Moody. I wasn't expecting him to get in the third round, but it is what it is. This is stuff that you can't control, right? We just got to hope the best. He is part of the Niners. So, you know what? I'm going to love him. I'm going to support him. Doesn't matter what, just like anyone on the Niners. That's how anyone should view any player on the team that they do enjoy watching.
There you go.
Liam says, my running backs are Saquon, Jacobs, Mixon, Spears, and Foreman. Which two would you start? I'm doing Saquon. Saquon for sure. And then I'm stuck. I think Detroit has a very good rush defense, just like what Ruben was saying earlier. Mixon's going up against the 49ers, so if you want to take that risk, I'm not. Okay, I'm not. And if Roschon Johnson is out, I'm going Foreman. If Roschon Johnson is not out, I'm not going Foreman, and I am probably going to go Josh Jacobs.
100% agree. Every single word. NBA is back. Life has purpose on non-NFL days. Boston Celtics 2023 to 2024 NBA champ.
Hey,
go ahead.
Wemby is going to go out there and just demolish the whole league. Come on, guys. We all know this. Go Spurs, go. Come on, man.
Go Bulls.
I do want to jump up. I want to give a quick shout out to Vinny right here. He says, what's going on, guys? Vinny, on our last fantasy football video, he did subscribe to us. He did enter the giveaway. Unfortunately, it didn't go his way, but Vinny, appreciate you being here, my man. Thank you so much for coming back. We answer every single question. So if you guys are in the comment section, which we are going to just run through these real quick because we are getting a lot of comments. I want to catch up. We will get to every single question. PI Podcast says, I want Arthur Smith fired, sued, and arrested for not playing Bijan. I don't even have him. Okay, so I know this isn't Ian now. Put him up.
Put him up, Arthur Smith.
Hey, stop resisting. I rewatched that the last time we did that. Hilarious. Flowers versus Cards all days. Taylors versus Saints. Yeah, but the Saints have been very disappointing. I don't know what to do. I like Taylor because of his pass catching production.
AJ, where is the Cuban? You getting it polished up for the wedding?
Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm getting it polished up, and you know I'm wearing that. I'm so excited for what I'm going to wear. It's so out of my comfort zone, but I'm pretty pumped.
Ooh.
Colin says, thank you so much. Of course, Colin, thank you so much for supporting the show. KJ, way to see you again, bro. Thank you for coming back. Says, in which order should I prioritize Darrell Henderson, Roschon Johnson, Devin Singletary on waivers, full PPR? Okay, so I'm going to go like this, okay? I'm going to go Darrell Henderson, Devin Singletary, Roschon Johnson, and this is why. Darrell Henderson has the biggest lifespan right now. Kyron Williams just got placed on IR, so you're going to see a lot more Darrell Henderson. Even though he is splitting that backfield at a 70-30 split, I still like those odds in the Los Angeles Rams. Singletary, too, because he has the highest upside out of all these guys. He could potentially overtake Dameon Pierce to be that running back one, and I'm willing to take those chances. Roschon Johnson, how much time do we have left until Khalil Herbert comes back, right? So now we're on that ticking time bomb, and I'd rather enjoy these two guys more than Roschon Johnson for maybe 2 weeks. Boom.
Yeah.
I could have called that Dizzle was a Celtics fan. he's grossed out. He's grossed out. Hey, we're all Spurs fans here, right, guys?
No.
Ruben says, my wide receivers are Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Zay T, Garrett Wilson. Do I need any upgrades and any trade scenarios? I can try with them. I think I'll definitely, like I said, I'm very anti T Higgins almost every year, right? But I say go out there, trade T. Higgins. From what we are picking up from all these questions, people are buying T. Higgins at a very large price. So make sure if you are going to go out there, if you are going to listen to our advice, I would say go out there, sell T. Higgins, but overprice him. Don't go for buy price. Don't get cut down. Overprice him and get someone with a lot of potential.
I like it.
PI says, yeah, Zay Jones gets the red zone targets, and he's a huge piece. Exactly. Talking about our target share for wide receivers for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Very curious to see Christian Kirk's production when Zay Jones is fully healthy. And so now you're going to see really Kirk and Jones. That's going to be so fun to watch. Jags offense is sluggish without him. Hey, they just need to keep feeding the ball to Ingram. That's all I want. Waller with Tyrod is a start. I don't know about Dimes and Waller combo. No. I would not. I completely agree with you. Tyrod Taylor is by far outperforming Danny Dimes. He's not even deserving that name anymore.
Mm-hmm.
For RN, I feel weak on running backs with C-Mac, Josh Jacobs, Alexander Madison, Jonathan Taylor, and Kyron on IR. Hey, man, if you can hold down the fort for a few more weeks till Kyron comes back, I think you'd be looking pretty good. C-Mac must start. I think Jonathan Taylor's a must-start flex at best every single week without any question, and then you have an option between Josh Jacobs and Alexander Madison. I think I like that.
For you're feeling weak? A lot of people would die fall on a sword just to get one of those guys.
That's John Ortiz says, forgot to say it was Dynasty, and I have Walker, Hunt, Ford, Singletary, and Achane on. Oh my gosh, that is horrible, dude. I am so sorry. Sorry. I'm thinking crazy over here. Singletary, I don't think he's going to have a very far lifespan with the Houston Texans, maybe this year and the next. I'm not too sure. Ford, he should be okay with him. I think it doesn't matter who's in the backfield for the Cleveland Browns. They're always going to be on a split with them. Walker, you should be very excited about. So not too bad. It's his comment's way up here. I didn't even know where it was. Oh, should I trade Madison for Rice? Yeah, why not? Yeah, do it. This is a dynasty league.
Yeah, dynasty would be good for it. Yeah.
I lost where I'm at.
We're right here. I got you, buddy.
Sweet, thank you. Mr. Prune says, Reed, I think you spread your sickness to me.
Lies.
Reed, did you do that?
Lies.
Reed.
Not possible. No. Lies.
We got our eyes on you, Reed. Brar says, traded Henry, Najee Stevenson for JT and Gibbs. I want to call that big time dubs. Hell yeah, baby. Also trade Evan Higgins for Diggs. Gibbs and Diggs. Gibbs and Diggs. I like that a lot too. This guy, I know he was just dominating his teams last year. He's doing it again. Cat for life. Welcome back. Gentlemen, do I trade Henderson and JSN or Palmer for Nico Collins? I wouldn't trade Henderson. He has too much value right now. This is tough. This is very tough. I would say no.
Don't trade at all?
Don't trade at all. If you really want Nico Collins, I'd trade JSN just because he is on a good trend of getting more and more targets right now, but he's always going to be sharing with DK and Lockett.
Yep.
Or if you're not needing Henderson at all, do Henderson. Like if you're not going to be starting him due to bye weeks or injury for the next, or I know you can't predict injury, but for the next 2 weeks, trade Henderson.
All right. The GOAT Tugson needs to get his shoulder situation figured out so we can get the division to win. That defense is championship caliber. Weird week versus Indy, but my God, Myles Garrett is him. Swinging helmets at heads. Yeah, he hasn't done that for a while, all right? Leave him alone.
Myles Garrett's an absolute beast.
I remember I watched that live with you, AJ.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell just happened? I was very happy. I don't like Rudolph at all. Do you guys think Derrick Henry will get traded this week? Has Spears rostered? Honestly, if I'm looking at a fan perspective, no, absolutely not. I don't think he's going to get traded. Do I hope he gets traded? Yes. Do I feel like that would be the smartest move for the Titans? 100%. Get something out of him before you can't get anything. And I don't know why they're holding on to players or investing into players like D-Hop. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Colin, I've got to do my homework. I might be back though. Have a great stream, Colin. Thank you so much. Good luck on your homework. Make sure your dog doesn't eat it. I could kind of tell you how old I am, right?
Oh. Dizzle the Whisperer sees a huge bounce back for the Lions next week versus poopy Las Vegas. Hey, Dizzle the Whisperer. I like that name. We'll see.
Okay.
Right? Hey, if it happens, we're gonna need a whisper from you every single week. Okay, Dizzle.
You guys hear anything on Henderson going back to the practice squad? Question mark, double, triple, question mark. Honestly, no, I didn't hear anything like that. I've been so busy today, man. It's been nuts. Like after this, I want to go finish my workouts. I had to cut it short. But no, I did not hear anything like that. I wouldn't be too worried about it. Henderson looked great out there. Sean McVay likes him a lot. Even if we did hear that, which I don't think it's out there, let us know in the comment section, but I'm not worried about that whatsoever. You guys think Henry goes to the Rams? Dude, I think he goes to someone like the Buffalo Bills. I think that'll be great for Derrick Henry. I don't know. I hope he goes somewhere. I hope he doesn't go in the NFC North, NFC in general, honestly.
Yeah, there you go.
Mr. Prune says, pick one. Josh Jacobs, Higgins, Derrick Henry, Tyler Boyd, Christian Watson. Reed, what do you got?
I'm going with Josh Jacobs. Everybody's not very big on him. I'm believing in it. Derrick Henry shares the backfield now. Higgins, Boyd going against that Niners defense. Christian Watson, most likely, if he does play, he'll be limited.
If you're not feeling comfortable with Josh Jacobs, because I agree with Reed, if you're not feeling comfortable, go ahead and put Derrick Henry in. But I think you're at the same risk. Better kicker rest of the season, Aubrey or Dustin Hopkins, full PPR. Oh, geez, why are you doing this to me? We're doing kickers rest of the season. Really, KJ? I want to go Aubrey here.
Yeah, I can't say. I'm not going to put my name on either of that. That's hard to predict.
Liam says, AJ, just letting you know that the Niners took Moody 3 rounds before Puka went in. Let that sink in. I think I will let that sink in.
Did the Chargers pick Puka? They're in the same predicament.
I appreciate the backup.
I can say the Packers didn't pick him either.
Right. I just gonna say I appreciate the backup. I appreciate the backup. But Liam, we love you, Liam. Come on.
Of course. AJ, thanks for the bald beast Derek White from the Spurs. Reed is brothers with that guy. Bald gang.
Hey, man, Derek White's a beast. It was very sad to see him go. I actually have a bobblehead of him back in my little collection over here. Very sad. What a great guy, great player, good assist all around. Mr. Prune says, should I trade Breece Hall and T. Higgins for ARSB? 100%. If you could get Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'll try to go out there and get him. But if you are limited in running backs, I wouldn't trade Breece Hall.
All right.
Devin Ventive says, hey, I don't know if you remember, but I asked if Dynasty I would trade Saquon and Gibbs away to get Bijan, and you talked me out of it, and I'm thankful for this week, especially. Thank you, my guy. Hey, man, it's just what we do. I mean, we're not the biggest channel out there, but it's people like you who give us a chance. So we're very appreciative of you coming back to the stream and just listening. It's just raw. I don't want to say raw knowledge because we go out there, we do the research, and I grind. I mean, we're watching every single game. I'm looking at player stats, game stats, snap percentage, usage, routes ran. I try to get into that a lot, right? To give you guys the best knowledge, because honestly, if you look at it in a small channel perspective, we have one shot to impress you to come back, and that's what we try to do. So thank you for listening, and I'm glad we helped you out. Brar says, new team says Hurts, CMC, Breece Hall, Jay Jettas, Diggs, JT Goddard, bench, Lockett, Kyle Pitts, T. Law, Miles, Curtis Samuel. He did this last year. Listen,
Every
I'm
single
gonna
year.
report you for bowling, bro. Obviously, you're just here showing off this amazing team that you have. We're not into that, okay, bro? Have some respect for others. Jeez. Ah. That big bang Glock clock.
You said
My
Glock.
I did say Glock. Sorry, guys. Obviously, we live in the hood over here. My tight ends in PPR are terrible. I have Schultz, Musgrave, Janu. We're dropping one of them to pick up Dalton Kincaid. 100% is worth dropping one of them. I don't want to talk too much on Musgrave. I'm going to let Reed talk about Musgrave. So
Musgrave, he has talent. I don't think you're gonna see him being productive in his rookie year. He's also getting concussions left and right with these dirty hits, or not. I wouldn't say dirty, but the hits he's taking, he's got his second concussion already on the year. John Smith, I would drop. I say maybe Musgrave. I would drop him, but yeah, Schultz, I don't think you should drop.
why do you have 3 tight ends?
Yeah, that's also very strange.
I wouldn't have 3 tight ends.
I
That's
would
just
drop.
me.
I would drop both Musgrave and John and get Dawson Kincaid if that's what you feel. If that's the best person on waiver wire for you, and keep Schultz. I think Schultz is a good tight end in my opinion.
You're starting to see Kyle Pitts come back and actually be more involved in that offense. So Jonnu Smith's like production is going down. I didn't like seeing that. It is what it is. But yeah, Dalton Kincaid, you got to pick him up. You got to pick him up right now. He says, loving the chat comments or voice, by the way. I think he's talking about you when Dizzle.
You're talking about me and now I commentate Dizzle's voice?
Yeah, we kind of make a personality for like every person in this chat, especially if they continue to come back. We try to make it fun. Oh yeah, another question. If the Ravens get Saquon, do they have the best offense immediately or no? That's wow. If the Ravens will be able to get Saquon, I don't want to say they have the best offense. I'm not ready to do
the
that
wide
yet.
receivers aren't up there in my opinion.
Zay Flowers, very nice.
He is very nice.
Great player. But OBJ, you're seeing him struggle. He did have a decent game last week.
Walking out there with a cane.
Rashad Bateman, I like a lot, but this guy, disappeared from the face of the earth. I think if they got like one more like super talented wide receiver, I feel like that's it. Like there's some serious trouble out there. But yeah, it's a very talented roster. If they get Saquon, it'll be absolutely insane and very hard to stop. Mr. Prune says, would you rather eat the new Chick-fil-A sandwich while your team only scores 7 points or get tackled by Myles Garrett? Personally, I feel like I'll be able to withstand Myles Garrett 100%. He has, I train every single day. Like y'all don't even know. I'm a freak of nature. So
he's a freak of nature. What do you mean?
As long as he doesn't have a helmet in his hand. Oh, too far, right?
I
No.
would take a tackle by him for my team.
100% taking that tackle.
I would be sore for a week though.
Yeah, no way I'm ever eating that sandwich again. I don't care if y'all get it for me. Never again.
No bits on the wire for Dizzle. Gonna sleep tight, tuck in, and watch some NBA. Your boy has another run in the morning. Anywho, have a great rest of the stream. And if you aren't live again, enjoy the wedding.
Thank you, Dizzle. I expect you to say that live or in person to me because you told me that you're going to come to my wedding. So you better come, Dizzle.
Did you give him an invite or what?
I need to send it. I need to send an invite. Bro says, y'all need to learn to flip assets like me for real. Hey, man.
We try.
We do. We try. We try our best.
No one trusts AJ.
Leo says, gonna head out, guys. Calculus test tomorrow. Ooh, always hated those, man. So good luck with that. I'm trying to read this comment here and make sure it's okay.
It's all right.
Okay. I think that is Dizzle.
I don't think it's Dizzle.
I think he said that last time. That's him.
Well, you read it. I don't want to read it.
Hi, Adrian Reed. What's up with the blue face, baby? At the Rams game this weekend. What a scene. Cheeks were clapping. Oh my God. I was loving what I was seeing. We're already in color, size, and shape. He's talking about, what's his name? Blueface, right?
Yes,
Blueface was out
Blueface. I've
there.
never heard of him
I've
before.
never heard of Blueface either. I don't know, call it lame or whatnot, but I've never heard of that. I was just like, okay, you do it, you do. But
There was just kids right next to that booth, so I was just like, okay, this is not okay, in my opinion. But
they weren't kids after that.
Dizzle says, I was coming if I won the giveaway. Ooh. Too bad, too sad.
Dang, you don't gotta be like that.
Hey.
Well, I did reach out to the person. They haven't said anything, so I want to give it a few more days. If that individual doesn't get back to us, I may just have to redo it.
You're not gonna give it to Liam?
Should we give it to Liam?
I don't know. It was right there next to Liam.
It was, but then the other people were like, wow.
Liam will feel so fleeced if you spin the thing again. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
We will. Had a calc test today. It was tragic. Oh my goodness, dude. That's horrible. That's horrible. Make sure y'all study up for fantasy. That's why you're here. Come on, dude. Waiver wires tonight. What's more important, a calc test or fantasy football?
Stop.
Like, what are they going to use more in their life?
True.
That's a good point right there. Come on, man. Cian 17. You should study for your calc test, by the way. Says DK and Aaron Jones for Eckler. Good. Dang, man, they're having you just. I want to say no, just because I like Aaron Jones and I have him in every single league, but I'm just waiting for him to be 100% healthy, and 2, not on a snap count. I'm going to say you take the trade.
I would also take this trade.
Yeah, especially now because after this week, Eckler will no longer be tradable just because he's coming off a horrible week this past week. So go out there, you get Austin Eckler in your team, 100%. Kevin Dizzle is all excited now that we might do the giveaway. Big Money Joe says NSP way cooler than blue balls. I mean, Blueface. Oh my god, that's why I like the chat.
This is a Dizzle comment right here.
Honestly, yeah, I thought it was Dizzle at first, but no, I like that. I talked to my physics teacher more about fantasy than physics some days. Hey man, I mean, it's fantasy football. Also, let us know in the comment section below. We are brainstorming about the idea of getting involved in the XFL fantasy football world. So if that's something that y'all be interested in, because we may have something big to announce, that is, just let us know and we'll really start to finalize it, and we'll do like an NSP league. Probably only one, because I'm not sure how many people will have interested in that. But yeah, let us know if y'all be interested in XFL fantasy football league. And Reed, for the first time this video, almost an hour in, we already hit up all of our comments.
We've finished every single one. That was a lot of comments. We were behind a little bit, but we got through it, man. Oh, here we go. All right. Blueface is a rapper. Apparently, he has a really good high school athlete, but he's got a weak pull out. Tons of baby mamas, child support, going crazy. Were they all his baby mamas?
I don't think those were his baby mamas, though. I think they were just paid entertainers.
Entertainers? Is that what you're gonna call it?
Yes.
Gotcha.
They were entertaining him and those kids around him.
Thank you for the status update, Dizzle. We appreciate it.
You're very knowledgeable in this stuff.
Yes, very knowledgeable.
Well, guys, like we always say, we do have a timer. So once the comments stop, we do start that timer. And once that timer finishes and we still don't have any comments, we're going to go out there. We're going to end this video. So far today, a lot of familiar faces out there. So appreciate every single one of y'all that came back and started asking us questions. So thank you so much. Not many new faces today. Any more streaks before the wedding? What do you mean streaks?
I don't know what he means by streaks. Are we on a streak or if anything?
Are we on a streak?
Are you going to go streaking?
Oh, maybe he means streams. Any more streams?
Oh, yeah, he meant streams. No, we won't be going on a stream. We will have a video that comes out on Thursday, and then that'll be it, unfortunately, until our Monday stream.
I'm trying to think. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. I can't do a Saturday. We know we can't do a Saturday.
Can't do a Saturday.
I don't know. I may do something Thursday. That'll probably be the only day, and that's kind of pushing it to do a live
by
video.
yourself, but because I can't. But
Nah, that's all right. We'll see. If you guys need an extra stream, just put it down in the Discord. Our Discord is in the link in the description down below, and I'll make some time and we'll get some fantasy questions out there. Priceless Pigeon says, would you trade Russ and Shaheed for Burrow? A 20-man PPR, Rashid bench, Russ is starting. I was about to say, I mean, you're really questioning trading Russ? 100%. But in a 20-man, man, I don't want to get rid of Shaheed. Who are your other wide receivers? I'm very curious, right?
20-man PPR is rough. That is, you're reaching really deep in there.
Yeah, but he's probably so freaking frustrated with his quarterback situation that he needs a change. And I think Joe Burrow is going to start to tear it up here pretty soon.
I would do the trade.
Personally, I'll be like, hey, F it. It's a 20-man freaking league. Yeah. So do it. I'd do it. Do y'all do fantasy basketball too? No, we haven't done fantasy basketball. I don't know. Maybe that's something we could look into. We're strictly just a football show, but I know we had like Vincent who was interested in maybe talking basketball if we did grow as a community, but I mean, we'll see.
AJ, take some time off. Enjoy the wedding, boss. We'll catch up on Monday watching the Lions smoke Las Vegas.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Dizzle. As many of y'all know, we do put a lot of time into this podcast. So, yeah, I think I might just enjoy that time. Not that I do enjoy talking with y'all, though. I enjoy these live shows every single week. Mr. Prune says, just had my draft last night, and I got Kawhi in the 5th round. Just get ready to put him on the IR for the rest of the season.
Oh my guys, he is still a salty fan. Okay,
I can't stand Kawhi. That dude, I hate him with a passion. I don't say that about many people.
He hates Kawhi more than any other player potentially, maybe even more than Mac Jones, and that's saying a lot.
Yes, I absolutely hate. It's not even close. Like
he wants Mac Jones to be eaten by a shark. Think of what he will probably want for Kawhi.
Kawhi is more personal. I want to see him in a ring one-on-one, dog. I mean,
you'd be looking up, AJ.
Hey, I don't care, bro. I'm taking out his knees quickly. You see, we hate Kawhi.
It's the only thing you can see. All right.
Pigeon says, my roster is Russ, JT, Aaron Jones, Tyreek Hill, Christian Kirk, Komet, and Jacoby. Dang, you have that roster in a 20-man league? I'm taking that trade.
Komet and Jacoby probably got in the late rounds,
Either that or he just got him off the waivers. I mean,
yeah, still a very solid team.
I'm taking that trade.
Take the trade.
Take the trade. Take it.
Do it.
Jump. Cody says, those one-score wins against the Vikings and Jets looking real good right now for the Chiefs. Oh, yeah, it is looking real good. Honestly, I'm not too impressed with the Kansas City Chiefs and the way they're performing. I see their record. It's good for them. They are a very good team, but I don't think they're performing to like how they were years prior. Not 100%. Impressed.
Yes, 100%.
Would you rather have Ridley or Higgins rest of the season?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
That is a tough one. I think I want to run the risk with Ridley, honestly.
Yeah. I'm going to run the risk with Ridley also.
This is good, dude. 20-man league, second most points in the – heck yeah, man.
Good for you.
Made tons of trades to get that team. Obviously, you're doing something right. You're doing something very right. You have a very good team for a 20-man league. How y'all feel about Mac Jones after the massive W? I think it was 100% a fluke. I
Yeah.
feel like Mac Jones just used all of his paycheck to go out there and to pay the team their daily salary of just completely throwing the game. I think it was horrible. I think the Bills played horrible. I'm not impressed with anything. Mac Jones is still a massive fraud.
In order for him to have that game, he played absolutely lights out. You're not going to see that kind of consistent play from Mac Jones. He is that not Daddy Mac. He is mac and cheese, and he is not saving Bill Belichick's career. Bill Belichick will continue to be a football coach, a head coach in this league as long as he wants to be a head coach.
Can you believe those questionings that this is a make or break year for Bill Belichick?
I think he does definitely needs to do something to turn things around, 100%. But I don't think we should be selling on Bill Belichick at this point.
No.
As the
Again,
GM, yes,
I think you get rid of the GM.
yeah, GM who is Bill Belichick. So
So you get rid of half of Bill.
yes, you get rid of half of Bill. Tell him he needs to step down as GM, make him only a head coach, and hire somebody new.
Devin says, just do what you can, my guy. Hey, like I said, if you join our Discord, I answer questions there all the time. So the link to our Discord is in the description below. It's absolutely free. It's a free app. Just go out there, hit that link, and you're joined in with a whole bunch of our subscribers. And they give their advice too. So if you want to look at a different perspective or want to get other people's input, these guys are very good as far as going in there and commenting and giving their 2 cents in, which we all value. So it's a very fun community. Yeah, as far as streams. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm trying to enjoy this week. It's been super stressful this past month, and
Hey, as soon as it's Friday though, man, it's lime time.
it's chorizo time, baby.
All right. Big Money Joe agrees with me, and then mac and cheese.
Well, again, we just at the end of our comments, so the timer did start. This would be a good time to announce that. Well, we already said that we have a Discord, so this will be another good time to announce that we have a TikTok. So if you guys haven't yet, check out our TikTok. The link is also in the description. It's not so much podcast pushed or driven. It is more like meme type of deal. We just push content out there. I am thinking of maybe doing reaction videos as far as like post game reactions, because I'm pretty sure my reaction after Monday night's game was worthy of having a lot of freaking.
Hey, AJ, we would love to see that, man. You've never been open to it though.
I think I am. I think I'm ready to come out.
Okay.
I'm ready to come out, show my true colors.
Okay.
We might lose some subscribers though.
Guys, he'll say some insane things when he's watching a Niners game.
I'm not going to do it when I'm watching.
Yes.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I am.
No, AJ, we want to see the unfiltered you.
Hey, man. Thank y'all for the consistent streams. Love hearing y'all talk while I write my college essays. Enjoy your wedding and take it easy. Hey, dude, I appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend with us and talk with us and listening to our voices. So
it means the world. We used to talk to nobody, so we appreciate everybody in here.
We used to do like almost 2 hours talking to 0 live viewers. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, those are the days.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Hard. Kessel time, Big Money Joe says, crying. Reaction after Monday night game. No, I wasn't crying. I was livid. I was furious. Yeah, I go through different phases, right? It's like the phases of what is that the term called? Phases
the 5 stages of grief.
5 stages of grief. I go through all those 5 stages in 2 hours. Right. I think the first stage is like with disbelief. I'm just like dead silent. I'm staring at the TV for like ever. And then the last stage, last night I went out to do some cardio. I had to get something out of my system. I felt a little bit nice.
Was it what Dizzle said is cardio?
No, it wasn't Dizzle's cardio. I got on my bike and I started riding around the neighborhood, did a few miles, ran into a deer, beat the crap out of the deer, and I felt a lot better afterwards.
Jeez. Mr. Grapeshoot says, "Did Reed lose his voice from screaming last night?" LOL. I didn't scream last night. I was hanging out with a friend while I watched the game, but I was very livid. I wanted the Niners to beat the crap out of the Vikings, so they would be all beat up for us to play next week. So I was very disappointed that you put this life into the Vikings, AJ. What the hell, man? What the hell? But I was not screaming. I was AJ was probably screaming.
I was.
But Deventive or whatever, he says, "What's wrong with Kawhi, AJ? Why do you got all this beef with Kawhi?"
Because this dude, we give him the
Go ahead.
world. We made him into something. We used up the last years of the big three, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, to mentor, to mold him into the freak that he was, not is, that he was, had the best coach in the NBA. And to do what? To pretend that he has an injury, to listen to his uncle ask for more money, to not answer the phone call, to be a freaking child and not answer the dang phone. We're paying you millions. I mean, this guy is a child. He's doing this to other clubs out there. And for what? He's injured every single year. He's costing people championships every single year. And I don't want to hear about Toronto and what he did out there. That was the straight up product from the San Antonio Spurs. Freaking done with that, dude.
All right. Non-PPR, pick one, wide receiver, flex, Puka, Hunt, Olave, Gibbs. Starting running back is Brees Hall, Camaro. Wide receiver is Keenan Allen.
Dang, nice. Okay, I like that a lot. I'm going to go Puka first here. I'm starting Puka as my wide receiver, and then I'm going to the flex. If it's going to look this way, right? If Dave Montgomery's not playing, which more than likely he's not going to play, you go Gibbs. 100%.
I like it.
I think at this point, if Montgomery's gone, it doesn't matter which way the game is going. They could be ahead, and they're going to use Gibbs in the run game. They could be behind. They're going to use Gibbs in the passing game. It's a win-win.
Mm-hmm. Win-win.
Over under 99.5 swears from AJ during last night's game.
I'm taking the over.
Like I said, I am working on it. I'm working on it. Okay. It gets very bad whenever I watch the Niners game. That's why Vince, you normally see him in the podcast, one of my best friends. I cannot be I don't watch the Seattle Seahawks against the Niners with anyone. I don't.
I did it once with him, and he was pissed at me.
Because you provoked me.
I did provoke him once.
And that's because I made him dinner.
He did make me a great dinner.
On the pit, okay? It kind of sounds a little too soft there, okay? It's not like I had an apron on, all right? I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea, fellas. I'm getting married, all right? Chill out.
He made poppers.
I did. I made
100 poppers. 100
I made 100, and it was cold and raining. That was fun.
Get the pot, Reed. Those are the days.
That was hilarious. Yeah, it was honestly so fun. I enjoy that. He's the JT of the NBA, Reed. Oh my gosh, JT is not that bad.
JT's not there yet. He's not there yet.
He's not.
He will be. Just you wait. Just you wait.
Dang.
Me versus Reed this week. Oh, okay. Hey, I'm doing good in all my leagues. Actually, I'm like, I think the worst place I'm in is sits in one of my leagues. I'm above 500 in all of them. I'm in second in some of them. I'm doing good in fantasy this year, man.
I feel like in the NSP leagues, I can't do anything.
Nobody trusts you, man. Nobody wants to make trades with you.
No one accepts my trades. No one does, and that's okay. And dang it, dude! I almost beat Big Money Joe last week. Raheem Mostert just face planted again this past week. Big Money Joe, if I beat Reed, I got the NSP sweep. You better beat him, Reed.
Which league is it in? If it's in
the gold league.
If it's in the gold league, that's my worst league.
I'm excited for a matchup this upcoming week. Like I said, I like my team a lot. It's just like, dude, I can't catch a break. Aaron Jones again. Add Aaron Jones and Raheem Mostert. Aaron Jones on a snap count, and then Raheem Mostert just face plants this past week.
Yeah, he's gonna beat me. My team in that league is absolutely horrid. I cannot catch a break. We didn't do any punishments actually.
Yeah, so this for the NSP leagues, this was kind of like super rushed, right? And we didn't want to do punishments because a lot of you subscribers, we want to keep you guys, right? And we have a lot of competitive people out there for these leagues. But
We can do maybe like whoever's the last in out of us three in one of those leagues has to do something.
yeah, I was thinking about doing like a loser's trophy, but I didn't know if that was gonna be too mean. It was literally just a toilet seat that says "I suck at fantasy football." You wear
Hmm.
around your neck. I don't
Yeah.
know. But one of the things that we did was you had to make a calendar. You had to do a photo shoot for a calendar, and you had to dress up in lingerie. So each every month, I guess, say if you did something, in the month of December, you had to dress up in like Christmas lingerie, and so you did that for every single month of yourself. So it's super hilarious. And you make a copy of that calendar, you send it to everyone in that league. So that's what we did. Travis Dobson says, "I want to trade Eckler. I want to trade for Eckler. Is sending one of Pollard, JT, or Brees plus Zay Flowers too much? I think so. I think Zay
Yeah.
Flowers is an awesome guy to have. He is the wide receiver one for that offense. And then you got Pollard, you know, clear cut running back one, JT, who's just about to be unleashed, and Brees Hall, who just got unleashed last week. I think you do want to get Eckler in your team. If I had to trade one of those guys, but you want to add Zay Flowers, I would have to see who your other running wide receivers are to feel comfortable doing that. But I wouldn't. Those guys are just too good. AJ, those are the worst trades you send me. Hey, it's all part of. So I want to let you guys in another secret here. It's part of the game. I always do that first. With me, now that you guys know this, don't ever accept the first 5 trades I send you. The first five
First
trades,
five.
the first 5 trades I send are absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely. But you miss 100% of the shots you do not take. If you see me stop sending trades, I'm like, okay, this guy's fantasy knowledge is too good. I'm going to see if I can swindle someone else. If I come back to you, that means like, okay, I'm willing to start setting a fair trade. That's me. But you should do that in every single league, right? Just send outrageous trades. People are going to say what they want. That's okay. But if you get one of those guys to accept it, hey man, that you're the winner. That's all that matters, right? So that's what we do. Oh, Kyrie, whatever. You are the absolute worst in trades.
He's the worst.
Worst. The worst. Mr. Prune says mine's RN is to do one chip challenge without drinking anything and then ask out a girl to prom instantly afterwards. So Mr. Prune,
Jeez.
I'm gonna advise this, okay? Because we did see reports of the one chip challenge. I'm pretty sure you've seen it as well. Make sure you're of age, which you're in college, so you're of age. I'm assuming unless you're like a super genius, right? I've done the one chip challenge and I completed the one chip challenge where I don't eat or drink anything in that hour span. I thought my stomach was coming out of my stomach. I thought my stomach was ripping itself apart. I threw up black. It was just pure black. I don't know what it was. And it was so painful. I'm not doing that challenge ever again. But if you guys do it, hopefully it's not you. Which if you're watching this show, you're not coming in last place 100%. Reed beat Kyrie though, right?
I don't think so.
No, I beat Kyrie.
I think Kyrie beat me.
Would you guys do Higgins for Smith? I'm assuming you're talking about Devontae Smith. I would 100% do Higgins for Devontae Smith. Those are that offense funnels through those two guys, Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. I'm definitely going Smith over Higgins easily. Would you agree here, Reed?
Yes, I would do Higgins or Smith.
Other wide receivers are CD, Higgins, and Metcalf. Nah, dude, I'm not giving away Zay Flowers. I think that's a little bit too much. I would try to do a Pollard and a Higgins or a Pollard and a Metcalf. That's the best I could do. I just wouldn't want you to see you part ways with Zay Flowers. NSP League is my worst league as well. It is very competitive. Yes, and we got some
It's
good
so
players. We
competitive.
we got some great people playing fantasy football. So it's
In
I see it as no shame, you know.
in our NSP Gold League, every single Wednesday morning, when you see all the waiver wires, it's like 3 times as much as any of my other leagues. People are active in that league.
And I like to see that on Sleeper Fantasy, you can see how many waivers have been put on a player. You're like,
Yeah,
dang, dude, I'm so glad. So it really makes you think and strategize where your waiver priorities are. So I think it's awesome. I'm glad that gold league is literally what it's called, gold league. It's competitive as heck. Mr. Prune says, if I have Josh Jacobs, Brees Hall, Henry, and JT, should I trade Brees and Higgins for Monroe? I would try to trade Henry and Higgins for Amon Ra if you could
yeah,
keep Brees.
yeah.
If not, then I'd go out there and get Amon Ra. I'll do that trade. I'm okay with it.
I wouldn't do that trade. I would keep Brees.
AJ tried a multiplayer trade with me and Kyrie. I would have lost Javante and gained Musgrave. Like, what the F? Hey, dude, it was super late. I was tired as heck. And 3 weeks in a row, my all my running backs are injured. I'm like, dude, I don't know. I'm gonna get creative with this. Big Money Joe has a stacked team. Maybe he wouldn't mind, and that was my point of view on it. I was like, hey, I mean, we'll try. I've never done a 3-way trade before. I thought it would be super fun. Daniel says, should I sell James Cook now? Sell him high.
If you can sell him high, do it.
Sell him high. As long as Damian Harris is injured, James Cook is going to be an absolute start. And if they don't get a running back before the trade deadline. So if you have James Cook, go ahead, try to sell him high while you can, because once Damian Harris comes back, I could definitely see that backfield start to split again. Kyrie says, accept my trade, AJ. I'll let the chat decide. If the chat decides yes, I would accept it. If the chat decides no, I would deny it. The trade is Tua Tagovailoa. He has Tua for Joe Burrow. I have Joe Burrow. So who would you take?
I would take Tua.
You take Tua over Joe?
I would.
Okay, so that's one vote for Tua. Caden says, thoughts about waiver pickup between Chuba, Cam Akers, DeMarcado, Joshua Kelly. This is what I'm doing here. Put my thinking cap on. I'm ruling out. You must be in a super deep league if you're considering these guys.
Yes.
Number one is DeMarcado. DeMarcado will be that running back one until Connor comes back. Sorry about that. Cam Akers is the running back two. Joshua Kelly is the running back two, and I don't trust him. He only does good whenever Austin Eckler is healthy. Chuba Hubbard has running back one potential only if Miles Sanders is out. So I'm doing DeMarcado, Chuba Hubbard, Joshua Kelly, Cam Akers. That's what I'm doing. Cam Akers only looks good because he got that touchdown. Don't expect that every game. My wife only yells at me during NSP streams. LOL. I give her no attention. Good, man. All your attention should be here. So thank you. We'll write another sorry letter to your wife. Oh, no. We appreciate you, Joe. Appreciate you. Aaron says, should I trade Monty, Adams, Moore, and Etienne for Chase and Eckler? I'm not trading Etienne. And Monty, when he comes back, he's going to be good. DJ Moore, I'll trade. Devontae Adams, I won't hate you if you trade him. But I can't let go of Etienne. That guy's just a beast.
Yeah, don't.
A beast.
I don't like the trade.
Leo says, I traded Raheem Mostert for Kamara. Absolute dub, Leo.
Yes.
What a trade. Good for you. See, if I would even try to attempt that trade in the NSP Gold League,
voted against.
Dude, it wouldn't even get accepted. I mean, they see my name and they just say deny.
Yeah.
Bring him home, AJ. Big Money Joe says Tua. So that's 2 for Tua. Big Money Joe says pretty even trade. Tua equals Joe Burrows. Just don't trade him so Kyrie won't get his favorite QB. Oh, so that's not a vote.
That's not a vote.
Tua. So we're 1-on-1. Heading out for dinner, not Chick-fil-A. Have a good one, y'all. Mr. Prune, you have a better one. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully you finished all your homework. It says, I need Joe plus Chase connection to try and save the season. That's a big risk. I'll trade you Pollard for ETN. I don't have ETN, so I don't know who he's talking to.
Maybe Kyrie.
No, Gabe has ETN in that league. See how I remember people's players? Freaking I could hold fantasy knowledge in my head like no one's business, but if my wife asked me to remember to
Your wife.
My soon-to-be wife
Whoa.
to take out the chicken from the fridge, I won't remember. Bond says, what is that? I'm trying to look at his profile picture.
It looks like a knight or something.
But it has a tail. What is that? Knight, look, you got us messed up. Now we're staring at your profile pic. I first thought it was the alien, the xenomorph, from the movie Aliens.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
Maybe it's like a Phyrexian from Magic the Gathering. I don't know. Let us know in the comment section. Traded Nico Collins and Pacheco for Bijan. Lineup is Burrow, AJ Brown, Cup, T. Higgins, Swift, Ramondre, now Bijan and Achan on IR. 12-man half PPR thoughts. Nico Collins, to me, unless you're in a super deep league, which 12-man half PPR, I think you're just fine. He is not a starter guy, right? I think he's a starter depending on injury and flex, but Nico Collins, I see him as money, trade value. Pacheco, I like Pacheco a lot. I hate to see him go, but if you're thinking long-term, I know you're thinking long-term because I'm thinking long-term here. Going Bijan, I absolutely like. I like this a lot, especially to have PPR because Bijan gets his money from his targets.
Yep.
But do your part. Help save Bijan. Send a bottle of Advil to the Atlanta Falcons. Do your part. That's a vote Joe trolling. Well, you know what, Kyrie? Put a poll out there in the chat. Johnny D says, any advice for a player who is now 1-6? PPR. Many of my players are inconsistent. He has Adams, Lamb, Njoku, Gibbs, etc. Won it all last year. Can't seem to buy a win this year. What is the play? Okay. The play is to get. I think you got to stop thinking of players that are going to get you points like every single week. You got to go up and play against matchups. You have to find matchups that are very favorable for you. Earlier, how I said, hey, Nico Collins is not a starter. In your case, anyone could be a starter depending on the week. You're not going to go out there and start Gibbs every single week just because you drafted him high. You got to stop thinking that way. Or I'm not too sure what your thoughts are, but this is how I would go about it. You got to scrape up whatever wins you can get to make playoffs. Stop thinking about championships. Think about playoffs. Trade players. Trade for players who have major upside, for players who are about to come off of injury, which I don't think anyone is really doing that right now. We still got a few more weeks for Connor Williams, and etc. You got to play the matchups. That's just my advice here. It's tough. It's going to be tough sledding from here on out. Grind the waivers, grind the matchups, and right now you can. If you're 1-6, you're probably very high on waivers. Go out there, get your waiver priority straight. Go get Josh Downs, who is out there. Go get someone like Darrell Henderson. Where's my cheat sheet at? I need to look at this. Go get someone like Darrell Henderson, Amari DeMarcado, people who don't have long-term upside, but people who are willing to win right now. Go get those players so you can start racking up some wins under your belt. Is Bijan a good pickup? I have a chance to get him 100%. Just don't overpay for Bijan. I'm still a Bijan guy. Okay, a lot of people are freaking out. Go out, get Bijan. You're good. Just don't overpay. Sitting at 6-1, top of the league. So yes, solely long term. Then 100% yes. Awesome trade. Love it. Get it done. What is your profile picture? Please tell me. I'm freaking out. Yeah, Leo says I'm 1-6 as well, with Josh Allen, Alexander Madison, Kamara, Waddle, Adams, Olave, Ingram. Dang it, man! I see some good players on there. Josh Allen had a horrible week, but he's going to be good for fantasy. Kamara, that dude's just a freak of nature. Waddle's on the upside, and Ingram is a great tight end. Like I said, you got to play the matchups. No longer you see Devontae Adams and you're like, okay, this is Devontae Adams. He's a must-start guy. Go out there, play the matchups. Trade away Olave. Go trade Olave. He's gonna. The inconsistency will kill me. If I was in your position 1-6, if I had Olave, come here, come get him, offer me whatever. I have Olave and I have Madison on the chopping block. What can y'all get me? Kyrie wants me to accept the trade. We'll see. How scared should I be holding Christian Watson?
I'm holding him in like every single league.
I have him in one league. He screwed me, man. He screwed me.
I know. I wouldn't hit the 100% panic button, but if you get offered a decent enough trade for him, I would take it. We don't know exactly what his injury destination from this past one is going to be. It might be a little bang bang and he'll be back soon, or it might be multiple weeks. We don't know yet. He couldn't catch a cold. I think what you should say is he could catch a cold. That's how injured he gets. I think his hands are fine, in my opinion. Yes, I know everybody wants to talk about the. Are we moving on? Sorry.
No, I was.
I know everybody wants to talk about the famous first play where he dropped it last year, but I think he has good hands now.
Alex Stivers, appreciate you coming. Alex says thoughts on Cook, Terry for Gibbs, and Hollywood. Seems completely fair to me. Cook has a lot of upside if they continue the trend and how they're playing him with Damian Harris injured. Right now, Cook is that lead back. Right now, he is that lead back because Damian Harris is injured, and what was I going to say? They have not yet traded for. Thank you, Reed. They have not yet traded for a running back, so that's why it's to me now. So that's why Cook is very valuable right now. If they continue that trend, which I don't think they will. I want to be a big fan. I think it's a fair trade. I like it. I should say I won't be mad at it. Ray says Chiefs, Dallas, or Chargers defense. Let's look here at my cheat sheet. Do I have any of those guys? Nope, I don't. So let's look at matchups over here. Oh, I do. I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs going up against the Broncos. And like I said, the Broncos may have had a good game against the Green Bay Packers. I'm not fooled. I'm 100% going against the Broncos every single week. Chargers going against the Bears. That's also not a bad option. Dallas, who are they going up against? Dallas going up against the Rams. I would not go play Dallas. I'm stuck between the Chiefs or Chargers. I'm probably going to go Chiefs. I could see something stupid going on with the Bears offense. So I think that's a safer bet. Johnny D says, I am the second highest scoring team, but every single loss has been due to one player having a crazy boom game. Can't seem to get anything done. This is the craziest year for fantasy football of me so far. I've been playing this game for quite a while, and this year has just been absolutely nuts. Same for me. I'm in 7 leagues, and my NSP leagues, I'm struggling because y'all like hear everything I say. I don't want to say struggling too much, but yeah, a lot of boom guys. If you're going up against Tyreek Hill, just rest in peace. Talking about Christian Watson, yeah, I think he's the new Mr. Glass. Big trade away Waddle and Garrett Wilson for Hunt, plus Hunt for his Bijan, Cooper, Osborne. The only person I see there that I really, or 2 people, is Bijan and Amari Cooper. Osborne is pretty good. I'm not the crazy on him as a lot of people are, but oh man, I like Waddle and Garrett Wilson a little bit, but Bijan has long-term upside. Hunt's going to continue working, splitting that backfield. Doesn't matter who's healthy, who's not. But I don't dislike it. I like Bijan a lot. If you get Bijan on your team, I wouldn't mind it. I don't hate this trade. But yeah, pretty nice. I do want to say thank you all for everyone who's in the comment section. We will answer every single comment out there. So Keep it coming. If you guys haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we've been doing very well this season. We hit 500 not too long ago, so thank you all so much. Oh, didn't mean to skip you. Leo says, have you guys seen that TikTok where someone picked up a free agent running back, Jamar Jefferson, and he traded him for Olave? What? Christian Kirk to someone who thought they were getting Wow, that's insane. No, I definitely encourage everyone to at least try it. Just at least try it. I have not seen that. I think I'm going to have to go out there and try it. Because, like I said, people call you dumb. People say you have the worst trades, but it just takes one person to accept that, and then all of a sudden you're the genius, right? No Name says, I have wide receiver Adams, JSN, Christian Watson, running back Hall, Javonte Warren, Rashad Johnson. Talking about your trade over here. Like I said, so yeah, I think you definitely should work on your running back room, which you're doing, getting Bijan, so I'm not mad at it. And your wide receivers are Adams, JSN, and Watson. With Watson's injury, that just makes me a little worried, and that's why I'm hesitant on it. Like I said, I wouldn't hate it, but I definitely want to see an upgrade there in your running back room. Alex says, I just feel like Hollywood is a huge buy low with Kyler coming back. We did see last year that Kyler Murray had his favorite target, right? And that was Hollywood Brown when D-Hop was injured last year. So can we see that again? Yes, 100% we could see that again. He is an extremely buy low candidate. I do agree with you there, but make sure you are buying low. And his low price is dirt cheap low. Okay, so I don't want to see potential starters going out there. I think the most I would give up for Hollywood at this time is Nico Collins. That is my highest. Go out there, buy low. His value is dirt cheap right now. Thoughts on Gibbs with Montgomery returning? It's just going to go back to normal. You know, they may put Montgomery on a snap count, but it's going to go back to normal with that split. I think Gibbs would slightly increase your production as time goes on. But if Montgomery is missing games, you're going to want to start Gibbs no matter what. Must start player if Monty is out. But yeah, it's still going to be a split backfield. Not too happy about it. I don't think anyone's happy about that, but that's just the way it is. Seth DeVore says, trade DJ Moore, Madison, Laporta, and Flowers for Kelsey and Jay Jettas. 7-0 still have Waddle, Michael Thomas, and Downs at wide receiver. I absolutely love this trade. The only thing I'm worried about is just losing Laporta and Flowers. But if you're replacing Laporta for Kelsey, love it. If you're replacing Flowers for Jay Jettas when he gets healthy, absolutely love it, especially since you're 7-0. You're not in any rush. You're not in a time crunch. This is an absolute dub on you, Seth. Congratulations. Nice. Giustizia, sorry, I believe I just totally butchered your name, says, I have a question. Well, good. We answer every single question. In a league where you get 1 point per reception, you're in one of those. Oh, PPR league. Who is, sorry, I thought you meant point per run. We did that one time. And it was just absolutely insane. Who is better, Bijan or Kamara? Kamara. At this point in time, you got to say Kamara. Kamara missed the first 3 games, and he has the most, I don't want to say target, the most catches from a running back this fantasy football season. And he missed the first 3 games. You have to go Kamara here. I like Bijan a lot, but Kamara holds more value when it comes to PPR. Alex says, for reference, my starting lineup is Burrow, Olave, Adams, Bijan, Cook, Kincaid, Terry, Addison, Higgins. Okay, you talked about your question before about Hollywood Brown. Definitely, just like I said, go out there. I would probably do, I need to see your bench. I'd honestly throw out Higgins. I'm not the biggest Higgins guy. If you guys watch this show, y'all know that. Higgins, I'm not a firm believer whatsoever. I agree, honestly, but my bro was telling me Bijan. Hey, Bijan, you know, we saw 2 weeks ago that he had 8 targets. Love it. That's how he gets his points. But like I said before, missing 3 games and Kamara's already on top of the leaderboard. That's insane. He's got 14 receptions twice. We are calling Derek Carr the check down king in fantasy right now. So this is, yeah, if you could get Kamara, go out there, get Kamara. Olave could get suspended for some too if he keeps fooling around. Honestly, you know, He can. We talked about that a little bit earlier this stream. Honestly, Steezy, appreciate you being here live. I do want to say we do have a YouTube as well. We are trying to grow on YouTube. So if you're feeling generous, I would highly encourage you to go out there, hit that subscribe button. It means a lot. But yeah, Olave could see his way out of there or potentially in a trade if he keeps on doing what he's doing. Freddie Ramirez says, could you rank from most to least value the rest of the season? Brees Hall, Saquon Barkley, Raheem Mostert, JT, and would you trade any of them for Bijan? 100%. I'm going to answer that question first. I'm going to trade Raheem Mostert for Bijan Robinson. Raheem Mostert's value will go down after Achane comes back. So if you could tell, Mostert will be the last on my list. Here is how I am ranking these guys. I'm going to go JT, Brees Hall, Saquon. Dang, dude, I hate doing that. But yeah, JT, Brees Hall. You got me, Freddie. You got me pretty good here. I'm gonna keep at it. JT, Brees Hall, Saquon, Mostert. That's what I'm doing. Those three guys are absolute studs, especially if you're in a PPR league. That's how I'm ranking these guys in a full PPR. JT is on that trend where he's continue getting more and more reps, more and more snap percentage, and he's just going to look like a fantasy sweetheart going forward. I have JT as a top 10 fantasy running back rest of the season. Alex says bench is Mingo, Michael Wilson, Komet, Dotson, and Royce. I don't think anyone will go for those guys. Maybe Komet if they are a tight end needy team. And Wilson, I don't think you can swindle that too much. I think it'll be a little too obvious. Honestly, I'll probably go T. Higgins 100%. Pigeon is back at it again. It says, okay, here's another trade. Shaheed and Jones for Mostert. Make it 20-man league. I remember 20-man league. Raheem Shaheed and Jones. And Jones. Are you talking about Aaron Jones? If you are talking about Aaron Jones, I will not be trading Aaron Jones. I'm still a firm believer we have yet to see Aaron Jones 100% healthy and also not on a snap count. So that's all I'm going to say on that trade. I will not trade that. After Achane comes back, you are going to see a little bit of regress as far as value of Raheem Mostert. I know you're in the 20-man league, so he does have a lot of value still, but I'm just going to I'd rather have Aaron Jones rest of the season than Raheem Mostert. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. And hopefully you could hold by that. Find us later on the season. You'd be like, hey, AJ, you know what? I hate your guts, but you're kind of right about Aaron Jones. Right? Because I'm running the same risk. I have Aaron Jones in almost every single one of my leagues. I'm in 7 fantasy football leagues, and it may not be a lot to some of y'all, but 7 fantasy football leagues, I have Aaron Jones in 6 of those leagues. I was able to get him super cheap, just always landed in my lap, and has not been very nice for me lately. But I do have a lot of upside for Aaron Jones, and I do see him as a top tier running back for fantasy football finishing off the season. We did finish off the last comment, so the timer is going to start. I do need to put like a little timer on here. I'm going to put a timer up, and once that timer goes out, we don't have any more questions. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. Appreciate you guys. Like I said, if you guys are feeling generous, go out there, hit that subscribe button. It means a lot. We are on the road to hitting 1,000 subscribers. It seems like it's just a dream, but you guys can help us make that into a reality. Freddie says, would you trade St. Brown, Myers, and Mostert for A.J. Brown and Devontae Adams? I also got Saquon, Brees, Mostert, Tyreek, Mike Evans, Hopkins. I would not give up St. Brown. St. Brown is way too valuable for me, right? A.J. Brown's a beast. I get it. But St. Brown, especially in your PPR, you cannot give up St. Brown. St. Brown is my most, I know, believe it or not, is my most drafted player in fantasy football. And I'm not regretting it one bit. Jacoby Myers is a must-start rest of the season. Mostert has 2 more games where he's decent, so I wouldn't mind trading Mostert. But Jacoby Myers, St. Brown, especially St. Browns, I'm not doing that. Josh agrees. Josh says, no, F. Freddie, you're keeping Myers over Devontae Adams. I like Jacoby Myers. I was a huge fan of him when he was out there for the New England Patriots. I think it was a horrible move for them to move on from them, but it is what it is. So I'm going to start the timer once again. Josh says, I gave him up in a trade for Tyreek Hill. Sorry about that, guys. Says I gave up for Tyreek Hill. Dang, dude, Oh man, I don't know how I feel about letting go of Tyreek Hill. That is insane. But you know what? Both are good players. I just we're talking about St. Brown. Okay, St. Brown. Okay, I get what you're saying now. 100% you gotta have St. Brown. R6 says, what do you think about trading away Bijan and Chase for Stephon Diggs and Jordan Addison? I have Pollard, Jameer, AK-41, and JT as backups. Okay, what am I thinking about trading Bijan and Chase for Stephon Diggs and Jordan Addison? I like the Stephon Diggs part, so I would take Diggs over Chase. Bijan, I think I'd rather have Bijan over Addison. I know Addison is doing really good so far. I get it, but once JJ comes back, what does that production look like for Jordan Addison? Honestly, don't hate it. If we're thinking long term and depending what your record looks like, go get yourself some Stephon Diggs on your roster. You're going to have an elite player that you start every single week, no matter what. So I don't hate it. I like it. Go for it. Thanks for that advice, gentlemen. Of course, Freddie, that's what we're here for. Like I said, if you're feeling generous, hit that subscribe button. We are such a young channel trying to grow, you guys. So help us out. Help us reach our goal. We're almost there. Halfway there, I should say. I'm currently 4-3. I was thinking of getting production now from Addison and then trying to sell high on Addison once JJ comes back. That's going to be extremely difficult, but way to look at it. I think that is the absolute best way to view fantasy football right now. Go out there. You're going to have a start every single week guy as with Diggs, and then Jordan Addison. You're going to have a guy who is a start now guy for at least another 2 weeks. So I like it a lot. R6, I say you do it. Alex says, the fact you had to think about Addison and Bijan drives me crazy. Isn't Bijan still the worst as a top 5 option? I think Bijan holds a lot of late season value. And that's why I was hesitant on it, because like I said, Bijan is a guy who was a workhorse, losing his production. I think something else is going on as far as behind the scenes. We did see 2 weeks ago that he had 8 receptions or 8 targets. I mean, that is really cool. I don't like that offense, but there's just a lot of opportunity and there's a very high ceiling for Bijan for fantasy football. And I'm a dreamer, I guess you could say, for fantasy. I like to think about those things. That's why I'm holding Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is my guy. I think he could be a league winner if he is fully healthy and if he's not restrained. It's just like, hey, offensive coordinators, what are you thinking? Use these guys how you intended to use them when you drafted them. But it is what it is. Again, we just hit the end of our comment section. So, guys, I do want to say thank you all so much for joining us here live. If you guys haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. It helps out a ton. I do want to shout out Caden for hitting that subscribe button. Thank you so much, my man. You welcome to the NSP crew. So, thank you all so much. And until next time, Cohen, I see you. Who should I trade Stevenson for? Honestly, at this point, it's going to be extremely tough for you to trade anyone for Stevenson. He is splitting that backfield with Ezekiel Elliott. Makes absolutely no sense for me whatsoever. Go out there, get an injured Christian Watson. Go out there and get a Hollywood Brown. That's what we're talking about earlier. Get Hollywood Brown. He is dirt cheap right now, and that is someone that you could get. So once Kyler Murray comes back, this guy is going to look really good for your fantasy football league. Hopefully that helped you out. Like I said, if you guys haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. It helps out a ton. If you guys find this video useful, hit that thumbs up. Or if you're catching us here towards the end of our video, watch our video that we released earlier today. Is the waiver wire pickups, and that could potentially help you guys out. If you guys have any more questions, join our Discord. The link is in our description. Discord is an absolutely free app. We're not sponsored by them whatsoever, but a lot of our subscribers are there, and we do help each other out. And I personally answer questions all times of day and night. So with that being said, I'm going to say thank you all so much for joining us live. And until next time, keep on grinding.